Young and the Restless early spoilers August 18th to 22nd. Billy's betrayal sparks chaos and Victor's explosive reaction. As we always do on early edition day, we start with what's coming the rest of this week, then we're going to dive into what's ahead next week. On Wednesday, August 13th, Nick Newman, Joshua Morrow, and Adam Newman, Mark Grossman, talk about Kane Ashby, Billy Flynn. They discuss aligning with Phyllis Summers, Michelle Stafford, and Billy Abbott. Adam says all of them dislike Victor and want Chancellor. Then Victor joins the conversation. He says Phyllis is a shark. Nick defends her, saying she wouldn't hurt Summer Newman, Allison Lanier, who is part of Jabot because of Marchetti. Victor Newman's vendetta, family drama intensifies. Victor blames Kyle Abbott, Michael Mealer, and says that Kyle tricked Summer into bringing Marchetti into Jabot. Nick says that's not how it happened. Victor thinks the Abbotts have brainwashed Nick. Victor rants about Kyle. Adam says this is enough and suggests they focus on Kane. Victor tells Adam to run the Dumas-Kane story at Newman Media. Victoria Newman, Amelia Heinley, comes in and kicks her brothers out so she can talk to Victor. She calls her dad low for using Audra Charles, Zuleika Silver, to try and split Claire Grace Newman, Haley Aaron and Kyle. Victoria says this is just like what Victor kept doing with all her relationships over the years. Victor, of course, is unapologetic. He says he doesn't want Kyle Abbott to break Claire's heart. Victoria says Victor Newman is the one breaking Claire's heart, not Kyle. She says her dad is poisoned by his bad history with the Abbotts. She begs him to stop this vendetta against Kyle before he loses Claire forever. Victor sighs and hugs Victoria. However, he doesn't promise to stop. So we'll see what happens. Young and the Restless, Billy Abbott plots and Jack Abbott's warnings. Jack Abbott, Peter Bergman, meets with Kane. Kane says he's not a threat to Jack Abbott. He feels really bad about what Carter did in France. Jack wants to know Kane's intentions. Kane asks Jack about buying him out of Abbottcom. Kane says it's a good investment. Jack refuses to do any transactions with Kane. He tells Kane to just leave town. Of course, Kane refuses. He says he is going to be working with Billy. Jack says all this plotting won't help Kane win back Lily Abbott, Crystal Khalil. This really ticks Kane off. He snaps that he is not leaving Genoa City. Jack Abbott advises Kane to be careful about all the enemies he's making, and ends the conversation. Sally Spectra's warning and Abbott family tensions. Sally Spectra, Courtney Hope, talks to a stressed-out Billy. Billy is very worried about Kane going after Jabot. Sally warns him that these games he's playing will make the Abbott family see Billy as a betrayer. Billy thinks he can get Chancellor back without using Kane. At the same time, Billy says Jack wants him to work with Kane and basically be a spy. Sally thinks all this is a bad idea. Billy is very annoyed that his mom, Jill Abbott, Jess Walton, is on Kane's side. He tells Sally again, "If I get Chancellor back, you can run Abbottcom." Sally isn't impressed by Billy leaving her dangling like that, so he relents. Billy agrees that Sally can go ahead and run Abbottcom from the start. Jabot war looms, Newman Media versus Abbottcom. She wants to start out with the Dumas-Kane reveal, so it's going to be very interesting to see if Abbottcom breaks the story or Newman Media is first. That will set off a little war between them. Jack tells Diane Jenkins, Susan Walters, they need to prepare for war with Kane. Jack is very worried. He thinks it's super risky to rely on Billy as a spy, fearing Billy may turn around and betray the family. Jack thinks if Kane can't get Lily to love him, Kane may burn everything down and make everybody hate him. That sounds kind of accurate. Young and the Restless spoilers, Newman brothers clash with Billy. Nick goes with Adam to the coffee shop. They talk about why Victoria was there. They know it's about Victor targeting Kyle. Nick and Adam laugh because their dad has interfered in all their relationships. It's sort of a Newman rite of passage. Billy shows up. Adam asks why he's even working with Kane. Billy asks why they care. Nick says a lot of other people think Billy's stupid, but Nick doesn't. He's just wondering why Billy is in with Kane. The three guys bicker. Billy reminds them their dad Victor embarrassed him and snatched Chancellor as a gift for Nikki Newman, Melody Thomas Scott. He makes it clear he wants it back. Nick gets mad and physically threatens Billy on Young and the Restless. Adam says Billy isn't worth it. Billy says he is worth it because Victor keeps failing to knock him down. Billy calls them bullies. He promises Victor will have nothing left once he's done with their dad. Billy leaves. Nick thanks Adam for talking him down. They have their confirmation that Kane and Billy are working together. Kane calls Lily Abbott to say he's sorry he missed her. He thinks they need to get together and talk. Victor Newman's plot deepens. Nick joins the fray. On Thursday, August 14th, Nick is all in on Victor's plot to take down an enemy. Obviously, it's Kane and Billy. Nick is done playing nice after this. Daniel Romalotti, Michael Graziade, confides in his dad, Danny Romalotti, Michael Damian, that he's got growing feelings for Tessa Porter, Kate Fairbanks. It's shifting from friendship to something more on Young and the Restless. Christine Williams, Laura Lee Bell, needs a favor from Lauren Fenmore, Tracy Bregman. It's probably wedding-related. Maybe maid of honor or a dress or both. On Friday, August 15th, we wrap up the week with Sharon Newman, Sharon Case, seeing another side to Nick Newman. He's been a lot more volatile and kind of violent lately. Maybe Sharon will find it hot. I certainly do. Aggressive Nick is a very sexy Nick to me. Victoria Newman gets a visit at the Tack House from Billy Abbott. I'm sure he's there to warn her he's about to go to war with Victor. Kane makes a vow to Lily Abbott. I wonder if Kane's going to promise Lily she can trust him. They're talking on his train car that just arrived in town. Adam is done being patient when it comes to Chelsea Lawson Newman, Melissa Claire Egan, being loyal to Billy. And Adam is over it after that nasty run-in with Billy, who made it very clear he's conspiring with Kane to come after all of them. Adam is going to push Chelsea to side with the family. Nick and Sharon cross paths with Chelsea and Adam this week at Crimson Lights. The brothers are on the same page. Sharon is probably right there with them. I wonder if Chelsea is going to get on board as well. YandR spoilers, Christine and Danny's wedding plans. For the week of August 18th through the 22nd, Christine planning for her and Danny's nuptials. I doubt that Christine and Danny will have a long engagement. They should be getting married here within the next month or two. I hope she's arranging for security because Phyllis may show up and cause trouble. Christine is already anticipating it. Lily moves forward with her plot to con Kane. Victor suggested she stick close to him. That's what she's doing. It's kind of funny that Victor has Lily spying and Jack has Billy spying. I don't think Jack and Victor are going to get what they want out of this. Billy is supposed to be this inside man with Kane. But I do think he's so angry at Victor that he won't be a good spy. Billy's going to be all in. But I think he will try to get Kane to focus on Newman. The halls of Newman Enterprises have rarely felt as tense as they do in these latest episodes of The Young and the Restless. Fans are bracing for a seismic shift in Genoa City, as Billy Abbott's shocking betrayal sends shockwaves through the Newman family and ignites a chain reaction of drama, deceit, and raw emotion. At the center of the storm is Victor Newman, whose explosive reaction promises to leave everyone in his orbit reeling. It all began innocuously enough, or so it seemed. Billy Abbott, ever the ambitious, sometimes reckless player in Genoa City, has been quietly maneuvering behind the scenes, plotting moves that could upend the fragile balance of power between the Abbotts and the Newmans. For weeks, whispers and subtle hints suggested that Billy's loyalties were shifting, but no one anticipated the depth of his deception. The betrayal came to light during a high-stakes business meeting where Victor Newman, ever the hawk-eyed patriarch, discovered that confidential company information had been funneled to a rival. The shock wasn't just in the leak, it was the identity of the traitor. Billy Abbott, Victor's longtime adversary turned relative through marriage alliances, had not only participated but orchestrated the betrayal with a precision that left even seasoned Genoa City players stunned. Victor's reaction was immediate and visceral. Known for his iron-fist approach to business and family, Victor's fury manifested in a scene that has viewers talking. He cornered Billy in the Newman boardroom, the room itself crackling with tension. Every word from Victor's lips was laced with controlled rage, a slow-burning fire that threatened to consume everything in its path. "You crossed a line that cannot be uncrossed," Victor seethed, his eyes narrowing into daggers. "You've gambled with more than just deals, you've gambled with family, and there will be consequences." Billy, on the other hand, attempted to defend his actions, citing ambition, survival, and the need to carve his own path in a city dominated by the Newman Empire. But Victor's wrath was unyielding, leaving Billy cornered in a way he had never experienced. For once, his silver tongue and charm were no match for Victor's fury. The patriarch's explosive outburst left an indelible mark on Billy, forcing him to confront the potential fallout not just professionally, but personally. The chaos sparked by Billy's betrayal extends far beyond the walls of Newman Enterprises. Family dynamics are strained, alliances are crumbling, and loyalties are being tested like never before. Victoria Newman, always vigilant about the family legacy, is caught in the middle, torn between her desire to protect the Newmans and her complicated feelings for Billy. Meanwhile, Adam Newman watches from the shadows, calculating how he might use the turmoil to his advantage. In Genoa City, chaos is often a ladder, and Adam never misses a chance to climb. This explosive betrayal also shakes the Abbott family to its core. Jill Abbott, who has always tried to balance her protective instincts with a sharp business mind, is furious with Billy. The betrayal tarnishes not only his reputation but the Abbott name, creating a rift that could take years to heal. Chelsea, too, finds herself grappling with mixed emotions. Heartbreak over Billy's choices and anger at the ripple effects his actions have created. The personal stakes are as high as the professional ones, and in Genoa City, the two are often inseparable. Victor's response, however, promises to overshadow all other reactions. Known for his dramatic flair and unrelenting pursuit of justice, often on his own terms, Victor has already begun strategizing. Rumors swirl of a plan to strike back, a move that could leave Billy vulnerable in ways he never imagined. Victor's reputation as a man who protects his empire and his family at all costs is on full display, and viewers are left wondering, how far will Victor go to ensure that betrayal is met with punishment? Adding to the tension is the domino effect on Genoa City's business world. Billy's leak has jeopardized key deals, unsettled investors, and sent competitors circling like vultures. The ripple effect is enormous, threatening to destabilize not just Newman Enterprises, but the delicate equilibrium of corporate power in the city. And in true Young and the Restless fashion, every move Billy made in secret could now unravel in public, exposing him to humiliation, legal consequences, and personal vendettas. As if the business chaos weren't enough, the emotional fallout is equally dramatic. Billy's betrayal touches the heart of family loyalty, a theme that has long driven the Newman-Abbott rivalry. Victor's children, Victoria, Adam, and Nick, are forced to confront the question of trust and loyalty, while Billy himself faces a reckoning that could define his future. In a city where family ties are often tested by ambition and greed, Billy's actions serve as a stark reminder of the fragile nature of trust. Fans can expect fireworks as the storyline unfolds. There are whispers of secret meetings, unexpected alliances, and shocking confrontations that could permanently alter relationships in Genoa City. Victor's explosive reaction is only the beginning, and Billy must navigate a treacherous path where every misstep could have catastrophic consequences. The stakes have never been higher, and viewers are guaranteed to be on the edge of their seats. The brilliance of Young and the Restless lies in its ability to intertwine personal drama with corporate intrigue, and this storyline exemplifies that perfectly. Billy's betrayal is more than just a plot twist. It's a catalyst for a cascading series of events that will challenge loyalties, test moral boundaries, and redefine power dynamics in Genoa City. Victor's response, fiery and unrestrained, serves as a reminder why he remains one of the most formidable figures on daytime television. In conclusion, the early spoilers for Young and the Restless promise a week of intense drama as Billy's betrayal ignites chaos across Genoa City. Victor Newman's explosive reaction sets the stage for confrontations, strategic maneuvers, and emotional reckoning that will keep fans glued to their screens. In a city where ambition and loyalty collide, no one is safe, and every decision carries weighty consequences. As alliances shift and secrets unravel, one thing is clear. Genoa City will never be the same, and the fallout from Billy's actions will resonate far beyond this explosive chapter. With tensions at a boiling point, viewers can anticipate more high-stakes drama, shocking revelations, and unforgettable showdowns. Billy's betrayal and Victor's reaction are just the tip of the iceberg. Genoa City is about to experience an emotional and corporate earthquake, and no one will emerge unscathed. Genoa City is no stranger to drama, but in recent weeks, the tension within the Newman family has escalated to unprecedented levels. Victor Newman, the city's most formidable tycoon, has launched a personal vendetta that is threatening to fracture the very foundation of his empire and his family. What started as a business dispute has now become an all-out war of secrets, betrayals, and shocking revelations that have left friends, foes, and even family members on edge. It all began when Victor discovered yet another betrayal from someone he trusted implicitly. Over the years, Victor has survived corporate takeovers, legal battles, and countless enemies attempting to bring him down. But nothing seems to sting quite like betrayal from within his own family. The revelation that his youngest son, Adam Newman, may have been involved in a scheme against him has triggered a firestorm of anger. Victor, who has always prided himself on control and dominance, is now consumed with the idea of punishing those who dare undermine him. The tension is compounded by Victor's long-standing rivalry with Jack Abbott, his business nemesis and former friend. For months, whispers of secret deals and underhanded maneuvers have circulated between Newman Enterprises and Jabot Cosmetics. Victor, never one to take a slight lightly, has intensified his scrutiny on Jack's every move. The vendetta is not merely business, it is personal. And when family loyalties are tested, even the strongest bonds can crumble. At the heart of this turmoil is Victoria Newman, caught in the crossfire of her father's wrath and her own conflicted loyalties. Victoria, who has always been one of Victor's closest allies, finds herself questioning the lengths her father will go to protect his legacy. Meanwhile, her relationship with Nate Hastings, already under strain, faces new pressure as Victor's vendetta begins to interfere with her personal life. Victoria's attempts to mediate between her father and her siblings highlight a growing concern. Can the Newman family survive when the head of the household is waging war on those he loves? Adam Newman, meanwhile, has been navigating the fallout from Victor's wrath with calculated caution. Known for his own cunning and strategic mind, Adam is no stranger to the chessboard of Genoa City's elite. Yet even he is wary of his father's unpredictable nature. The question on everyone's mind: will Adam attempt to fight back, or will he retreat and let Victor believe he has won? The suspense is palpable, as viewers know Adam is capable of the most surprising, and often ruthless, moves when cornered. Amidst the family drama, Nikki Newman has emerged as a voice of reason, or at least as much as she can amid the chaos. Nikki, ever the stabilizing force, has tried to keep Victor grounded, reminding him of the consequences of letting anger dictate his decisions. But Victor's vendetta is relentless. Even Nikki's pleas sometimes fall on deaf ears, as Victor seems determined to prove a point at any cost. This tension has led to some of the most emotionally charged confrontations in recent memory, with viewers witnessing shocking slaps, heated arguments, and tearful reconciliations, or near reconciliations, on a near-daily basis. The ripple effect of Victor's vendetta is being felt beyond the Newman household. Employees at Newman Enterprises are on edge, fearing sudden firings, hostile takeovers, or public humiliations. Investors are growing nervous, and rival companies are circling, eager to capitalize on any sign of weakness. Meanwhile, Jack Abbott watches from the sidelines, ready to exploit every opportunity to outmaneuver Victor. In a city where alliances shift like quicksand, the atmosphere is tense and no one feels entirely safe. Adding fuel to the fire is the emerging scandal involving Summer Newman and Kyle Abbott. Summer, often caught between loyalty to her family and her heart, now finds herself embroiled in Victor's vendetta by association. Her involvement with Kyle has reignited old rivalries between the Newman and Abbott families, creating a volatile mix of romance, resentment, and revenge. Summer's attempts to mediate or distance herself have only made the situation more complex, as Victor perceives even minor infractions as challenges to his authority. Meanwhile, Genoa City insiders are buzzing with speculation about Victor's ultimate endgame. Is this vendetta purely about punishing his enemies, or is there a larger plan at play? Some believe Victor is attempting to consolidate power in a way that will leave no room for dissent, securing Newman Enterprises' dominance for generations to come. Others fear that his single-minded focus on revenge may ultimately backfire, fracturing the family he has spent a lifetime building. In either case, one thing is certain: the stakes have never been higher. As the drama intensifies, the show's viewers are treated to a masterclass in soap opera storytelling. Layered betrayals, emotional confrontations, and shocking twists that keep fans on the edge of their seats. The tension is amplified by the show's ability to balance high-stakes business maneuvers with deeply personal family drama. From explosive boardroom showdowns to private, emotional confessions, every scene adds another layer to Victor's vendetta and its impact on Genoa City. In a particularly jaw-dropping twist, Victor's vendetta has begun to unravel alliances that were once considered unbreakable. Friends turn into foes, lovers question their loyalty, and family members struggle to navigate the treacherous waters of Victor's wrath. Even those who have stood by Victor for years are beginning to see cracks in the armor, questioning whether his need for control has crossed a line that could have permanent consequences. One of the most compelling aspects of this saga is Victor Newman himself. Often portrayed as a man of unyielding strength and ambition, Victor is now revealed to be more human than ever, driven by anger, fear, and the desire to protect his family in his own flawed way. This complexity adds depth to his vendetta, allowing viewers to empathize with his motives even as they condemn his methods. As the Newman family drama escalates, Genoa City braces for a collision of power, passion, and betrayal that promises to reshape the landscape of the show. Viewers can expect explosive confrontations, secret alliances, and shocking revelations that will leave lasting repercussions for every character involved. Whether Victor's vendetta will end in victory, devastation, or an uneasy truce remains to be seen. But one thing is certain: Genoa City will never be the same. In conclusion, Victor Newman's vendetta is more than just a battle of wills. It is a test of loyalty, love, and legacy. With every calculated move, Victor pushes the limits of what his family and associates are willing to endure. In a world where power, revenge, and family intertwine, the Newman saga reminds us why The Young and the Restless continues to captivate audiences with its unparalleled mix of intrigue, emotion, and suspense. Genoa City's residents and its viewers are in for the ride of their lives as Victor Newman's vendetta promises to keep everyone guessing until the very last. Genoa City has always been a battleground of wealth, power, and the tangled webs of the Abbott and Newman families. Yet in recent weeks, the spotlight has been firmly on Billy Abbott, whose recent actions are proving that the apple doesn't fall far from the family tree. But sometimes it lands in a minefield. The newest twists in Billy's schemes are sending shockwaves through the Abbott empire, forcing his older brother, Jack, to step in with warnings that could either save Billy from disaster or push him deeper into chaos. Billy Abbott has always been a character defined by extremes. He can be charming and loving one minute and reckless and impulsive the next. His latest plot, involving a high-stakes business maneuver that could make or break him financially, has his mind entirely consumed. At the heart of the scheme is Newman Enterprises, a target Billy has eyed for months. While Victor Newman is known for being nearly untouchable, Billy sees vulnerabilities, cracks in Victor's armor that could be exploited. It's risky, audacious, and quintessentially Billy, but the problem is that this time, the stakes are higher than ever. The plan is complicated, involving secret financial backchannels, strategic alliances, and a bold attempt to outmaneuver Victor's trusted executives. Billy believes that if he succeeds, he'll finally earn recognition not just as Jack's younger brother, but as a force in his own right. But ambition often blinds judgment, and Jack Abbott knows this better than anyone. Jack's life has been a careful dance of strategy, occasionally marred by reckless moves, and he sees his younger brother repeating the same mistakes he once made. Jack's warnings have been both subtle and direct. At first, he approached Billy with gentle nudges, suggesting caution and reminding him of the dangers of crossing Victor Newman. "You've got talent, Billy," Jack told him over lunch at Society. "But talent isn't enough when you're playing in Victor's backyard. Think this through before you move." Billy, true to form, initially dismissed Jack's advice, seeing it as an attempt to stifle his creativity or undermine his independence. But Jack didn't give up. Over the following days, he escalated his warnings, confronting Billy directly at the Abbott mansion. He warned him that any misstep against Newman Enterprises wouldn't just cost money. It could cost alliances, friendships, and even freedom. Jack's tone carried the weight of someone who has seen the consequences of reckless ambition firsthand. He painted vivid scenarios of betrayal and ruin, reminding Billy that the corporate battlefield of Genoa City is unforgiving. Meanwhile, Billy's own circle added to the tension. Victoria Newman, ever intuitive and protective of her family's interests, is watching closely. While she doesn't trust Billy fully, she sees the genuine ambition and drive behind his actions. Her own father's shadow looms large over the proceedings, and she knows that a confrontation is inevitable. The alliances Billy is forging are delicate, and the slightest miscalculation could unravel everything he's working toward. Billy's emotional state has become increasingly volatile. The combination of high stakes, secrecy, and constant scrutiny is taking its toll. He oscillates between exhilaration at the possibility of victory and paranoia that someone Jack, Victor, or even a former ally, is watching his every move. These internal conflicts are compounded by the pressure of his personal life. His relationships, particularly with Lily and his children, hang in a precarious balance. Billy's ambition threatens not only his career, but the foundation of his family, and Jack's warnings serve as a constant reminder of what's truly at risk. Adding a layer of intrigue is the subtle but undeniable presence of outside players who see an opportunity in Billy's ambitious moves. Certain members of Newman Enterprises are quietly feeding information to Victor, ensuring that any potential attack on the company is noticed. Other allies, however, see in Billy a chance to reshape Genoa City's power dynamics. This duality creates a tense atmosphere where every word, every decision, and every alliance carries consequences. Billy is navigating a labyrinth of opportunity and danger, often unaware of which steps might lead to triumph and which to disaster. Jack's role in all this is complicated by his own ambitions. While he genuinely wants to protect his brother, he also recognizes the strategic advantage of being involved in Billy's plans. Jack is balancing the protective older brother with the shrewd businessman, understanding that intervening too forcefully could alienate Billy and push him toward taking riskier actions. Jack's warnings are as much about guidance as they are about influence. He is trying to shape Billy's choices without appearing controlling, a delicate act that requires patience, tact, and foresight. The tension between the brothers is palpable in every encounter. Scenes at the Abbott mansion often feel charged with unspoken threats and veiled advice. Even casual conversations at society carry an undercurrent of strategy and warning. Jack's eyes often flick to Billy with concern, aware that a single misstep could ignite a chain reaction. Billy, on the other hand, feels both challenged and frustrated, torn between trusting Jack's wisdom and asserting his own identity. This dynamic creates some of the most compelling moments in Genoa City, highlighting the complex interplay of family loyalty, ambition, and rivalry. As the plot thickens, viewers are left wondering how far Billy is willing to go, and whether Jack's warnings will be enough to steer him clear of disaster. Will Billy's ambition blind him to the dangers that Jack sees so clearly? Or will Jack's guidance help him navigate the treacherous waters of corporate warfare, emerging stronger and more capable than ever? The stakes are monumental, and the consequences of failure are severe. In classic Young and the Restless fashion, the story is a mix of suspense, drama, and emotion. Every choice Billy makes reverberates through the lives of those around him, family, friends, and rivals alike. Jack's warnings serve as a moral and strategic compass, challenging Billy to consider the bigger picture even as he pursues his own goals. And in the end, it is this tension between ambition and caution, independence and guidance, risk and reward, that drives the narrative forward and keeps audiences on the edge of their seats. One thing is certain: in Genoa City, nothing stays simple for long. Billy Abbott's plots may bring him closer to the power he craves, or they may set off a chain of events that threatens to unravel everything he holds dear. Jack Abbott's warnings are a lifeline, a voice of experience amidst a storm of chaos and opportunity. But in a city where everyone has a motive and secrets lurk behind every corner, even the wisest advice may not be enough. As the next episodes unfold, viewers can expect high tension, shocking confrontations, and the relentless push and pull of family loyalty versus ambition. Billy Abbott stands at a crossroads, his decisions carrying the weight of not just his own future, but the Abbott legacy itself. And Jack? He will be there, cautioning, guiding, and hoping that his younger brother can navigate the dangerous waters of Genoa City without capsizing in the process.